Hey folks, Quill18 here, bringing you a Let's Play Starcraft? Starcraft commentary? Something? I don't know. I had said in my last video that I probably wasn't really going to do any Starcraft commentary because if you want to see good Starcraft commentary, you go watch Husky Starcraft or HD Starcraft. There's like way awesome pro-level games. So what is this? This is how to beat noobs. Basically, this is like my, I don't know, third game just playing in, oh, I'm getting actual messages. That's kind of funny. This is a message from the guy I'm playing in this game. I'd looked at his build order and sent him some messages. Anyway, okay, when you start playing multiplayer StarCraft 2, it gives you the option of going into like a practice league, and I decided to check it out. That way I'd get a little bit of practice, especially since I hadn't really played the Zerg since the beta. I'd only done the single-player campaign, so I decided to record a game. So these will be beating noobs, very intro-level stuff, playing the Zerg. I love playing the Zerg. They were my #1 thing in StarCraft, and they're going to continue to be that way in StarCraft 2. So, what do I got going on here? I am doing a sort of a standard opener. I built drones until I hit my 10 out of 10 supply, built an Overlord, instantly built 3 more drones, and then built another drone here, and apparently mis-rallied this one. I'm going to have to adjust that in a second. So I'm sending out my Overlord to scout. Very important. You'll see in the practice leagues, people don't scout. Now, what is my opponent doing? He is actually playing Zerg as well, which surprised me because Zerg are pretty uncommon. A lot of people are playing Terran. Second most common, I think, is Protoss and then Zerg. Not sure. Definitely lots and lots of Terran. So I'm scouting him out. What I've been doing, see, in these practice leagues, all your bases are defended by destructible rocks, which prevents any early rushes. And so what I've been doing as a result of that, because what you have to do is you have to destroy your own rocks, right? And somewhere. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Destroy your own rocks, and then you've got to destroy the rocks blocking the other guy's base too. So really, sending ground troops is going to take a long time. So a lot of what I've been doing is building mutas, and you see, a lot of times I don't even build my expansion. I just go into my my lair and build mutas super fast and just go and take them out. This time I decided to go ahead and do the expansion, try to play a little bit more standard, get some practice for when I eventually go into the ranked play. And other than that, pretty hunky-dory. I'd actually already decided to make some changes. I decided I wasn't going to be doing a muta build this time just to mix it up. And it's interesting that I did, and even if I had decided to start on my muta build, I would have changed my mind very soon here, because what you're going to see is my scouting Overlord is going to come into base. And normally, against Zerg, I feel pretty good about being able to leave my Overlord in there for a good long time. You know, until a Queen comes out, you've got no threat. And although he could have a Queen very, very shortly, you know, against noobs, I'm not so concerned. The problem against Terrans, they'll have a Marine pretty quickly to chase your Overlord away. And he actually builds an early evolution chamber, which I think is probably a pretty significant mistake, generally speaking, because like you're not really going to want to spend the gas on upgrading your units. But what it turns out he's doing is he must have been hit by mutas against Zerg before, because he decides to go for an early spore colony, or spore crawler, which is a brilliant idea if you're used to getting banged by air, which I think is pretty likely in this format. And it actually forces my Overlord back. But yeah, if I'd been going my muta build, I definitely would have wanted to change things around now, because where one spore crawler is, chances are he may build more. You know, I can start off, get 5 mutas pretty quickly, and they'd be able to take this out, but not without losses. So it's nice that I went with my alternative build. So what have I got going on? I've got my second hatchery going on. Very soon, yeah, I've got my drones all rallied over there, because over here I've got a good number of drones, looks like about 20, maybe slightly more, yeah, with the gas going in and out. I've got my second gas up, but I'm not actually using it right now. I'm a little confused about the particular build I'm going on. I don't know how gas heavy it is. I do run into a problem, because my plan here is to build up a lot of roaches. That way I can counter Zerglings or other roaches, and then build a Nidus Worm to go over there. And I didn't realize that Nidus Worms need like 200 gas, so at one point I guess kind of gas blocked. So I'm building my lair here. The lair is almost done. The idea being, as soon as the lair is done, I'm going to start popping out roaches like crazy, build my Nidus Canal. I don't even know if I'm building roaches yet. Where's my production tab? No, but I do start with the Glial Reconstruction upgrade right away, which allows my roaches to move faster. very, very valuable upgrade, especially if you're not going to be on your own creep. Well, actually, the enemy creep may be fine as well, but, you know, just in general, having roaches move fast is very helpful because they're quite slow, and they have a fairly short range, so being able to get within range pretty quickly is important. Yeah, there we go. So we've got, I did build an evolution center. I decided if I'm gonna, what was it? Actually, he's got a roach lair up. Or he's building up a roach horn. So I know that I'm going to be facing some roaches, and I can beat them just by having superior numbers, but I have the extra resources kicking around. So I thought, to do the upgrade, but then I realized that, yeah, I was short on money, on gas for my, my Nidus worm, and that kind of screwed me up. What did I just start building that drained a bunch more of my gas? I mean, I'm using some for the roaches, but all that ends up delaying things quite a bit. I also don't have perfect micro with my queens. A lot of times I set it above 25 energy, and I forget to spawn my extra larvae, so still got a long way to learn. It's not that I necessarily haven't learned it, just not practiced enough to have my micro set up. I mean, luckily the extra energy means I have enough kicking around to spawn some creep tumors, and I generally try to connect my bases, and against, you know, in theory, if this were opened up, if the rocks didn't exist and I was against an opponent, I could build a nice creep highway out to where the hell they're going. I've got my overlord here to try to watch potential avenues of incoming. I had sent my overlord pretty quickly over here to scout out his expansion, and I knew right away he was a better player because he picked up his expansion right off the bat. But he picked up his expansion after at 10 supply, which is I believe an error. It didn't allow him to develop an economy quite well enough. Speaking of economy, look at this. I got 2,000 minerals sitting around doing absolutely nothing. But my Nidus worm has finally come up, because mostly I was gas blocked, and I've got an excess of everything right now, so there we go, finally loading up the Nidus worm. I've never used one before, so I'm like, oh, how does it work? How many can you fit in there? Well, it looks like you can fit in as many as you want, which is quite surprising. I guess maybe that's it in slots. Maybe it's 2 pages of slots. I have no idea, but it's got a little bar that's just like, hello. So anyway, I'm like, alright, so I've got my people in my Nidus worm. And do I actually build it? There it is. Here it comes. The worm's coming out. Yeah, that little white bar may be the supply, in which case I guess you can fit a ton of shit in there. I also found out you can set a rally point off a Nidus worm, which I do in a second here. The only problem with the catch of the rally points, of course, is that they don't attack them. They just move directly there. So they'll actually, they keep moving without attacking. And they're like, oh, no, that's not what I want. So I gotta manually tell my people to attack, and then I rally them a little bit closer here. They don't just walk into battle. But you can still, I have way more forces than he does. And just overwhelm him completely. Playing noobs makes you feel so good. I realize the volume's gonna be way too loud, so I'm gonna start all over anyway. La la la. Probably. Seems pretty loud. We'll see. Either you'll hear this replay, or you'll hear the next one. Anyway, folks, I hope you enjoyed this little thing. This guy was very friendly and actually not too bad armoring. He, by far, the best practice league guy I've played so far. Seemed to be ready for an air attack, which is pretty smart. Had a decent number of forces. I don't know, at least a half dozen roaches, maybe 10 roaches, which is a lot for this league. A lot of times when we're looking at, you know, like I say, like 3 Marines by the time I show up with whatever I show up with. You know, 3 Marines against my 5 or 6 mutas usually is what I end up seeing, and they die instantly. There, I bottlenecked myself because I'm a big dude. I should have forced these guys to move, but at this point it was over, and I actually figured he was going to GG, and it was just end, but there we are. And that's it. Hope you enjoyed the match. See you guys next time.